Hello, everybody. We were just talking about our favorite Family Guy moments. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so freaking good. Okay, thank you, Caden. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through August, which means football is upon us. Welcome to the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The show is called Punchlines. The punch is for hopefully the jokes, and the lines are for the folks who love to gamble on sports. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan, and in just 3 more Thursdays, we will have NFL football. And the Amazon crew is getting ready for the second week on Amazon. And they're trying to look tough shooting promos, but Tony Gonzalez didn't look so tough on this one.
Here we go.
Can we crank the volume, Sean? Please.
3, 2.
So here they are trying to look all tough. Got Carissa there in the middle, right? And he jumps. So, and Richard Sherman laughs because, he's like, why didn't you guys tell me that was going to happen? Big, tough Tony Gonzalez, Hall of Famer. Got a little spooked, but very funny. The first Amazon game will be week 2, September 12th. Dolphins hosting Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills. Right, Jeff? Stephon Diggs is on the Bills?
We're not doing this again, right?
Oh, that's right. He's on the Texans. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he has tenure here as the longest-running host of a show, Sports by the Book, which is seen Tuesday through Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, along with Alex Waite. But he's here in his usual spot on Thursdays here on Punchlines. Mr. Jeff Parles, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Jeff.
I have a new camera today, don't I?
Whoa.
Yeah, there we go. See, right in the middle of it. I will tell you, Frank, as Matt Neverett distinguished this earlier,
Right.
I was in your home state of Pennsylvania.
When? Oh, yeah, you were.
Last
There was
few
a
days.
travel snafu or something.
we're all good. We're all
Okay.
good. We're all happy. We're all
Okay.
had a good time.
You're here.
Have you ever been to Scranton, Pennsylvania?
I have been to Scranton. I've been through Scranton. There was a bowling alley I used to play, Comedy Club Bowling Alley.
way.
Oh, wow.
In Scranton, Dave Stein's Comedy Den or something. And so, yes, I was in Scranton.
Very nice. Very
Yes.
nice. I hadn't been to Scranton in a very long time.
I think it was Scranton. That was Scranton or York? No, it was Scranton. I've been to Scranton.
Not only
Let's be real, and you know this too.
Yeah.
All those towns that are not
Pittsburgh or Philly?
in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
with the exception of maybe State College, are all basically the same.
They
Let's
pretty
be
much
real.
are. I'll
yeah,
agree with you.
until you get into like Amish country in Lancaster.
Well,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
No,
That's
it's not. It's Lancaster.
Lancaster. I'm thinking of Lancaster, California.
Yeah, you can't say
There we go,
Lancaster.
yeah.
It's Lancaster. Or they get very upset. You know who was born in Scranton?
What?
Or was she born in Reading?
Well, that's a big difference.
Taylor Swift. I think it's Reading.
No, I don't think it was.
She's from
Scranton.
Pennsylvania.
It wasn't Scranton.
Yeah.
no.
Why a missing county? Anyway, that's your Taylor Swift update.
It was Reading,
Yep.
Pennsylvania.
It was
Reading,
Reading,
okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, the other gentleman talking, he's on the steel wheels, the ones and twos. Our DJ and producer, Matt Neverett, is here too. Yay, Matt
I'll take
Neverett
that.
filling in.
that.
Because behind the glass, oh, wait. Oh, right. Ryan's not here.
Not
No,
yet.
he's not here. Where do we have a picture update?
We
of
do,
Ryan?
yeah. He's been hanging out on vacation. He made a friend.
Okay.
Oh, Frank.
With the longest Merton Hanks neck I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Merton Hanks, anyone?
No,
Merton Hanks played for the 49ers. He had the longest neck.
that's not
That's Mike
conducive.
Lennon, actually.
No,
Yeah.
look up,
Oh, that's a
look
good
up
one.
Merton Hanks.
How'd you get there and back so fast?
I was going to say, and also you de-aged. How did that happen?
Yeah.
The South Point Jet.
The Concorde.
It was part of my contract.
Good,
the Concorde.
Good.
And was I much younger in that photo?
I think you know what photo that's from.
I didn't. Was that my drunk? What photo? Can we see the photo?
No,
again?
yeah, that was your favorite photo of yourself.
It was a Game of Life photo.
Yeah, that's up there. There we go.
Oh no, that's
No,
an
that
old
was
Street Smarts photo.
yeah, that was one of the street
That's
smarts.
the
We had to
blue
go back.
I don't know. You look fabulous.
That
though.
is from. If you notice, the sideburns are marvelous. They're way down because that was big back then. That picture was taken in 2000.
No, this picture was taken yesterday
2000
in Hawaii.
Yeah. And it's weird because there's a shadow on Ryan
Yeah.
because he's always in my shadow.
He's got the glasses, you know glasses. Your eyes must be tough.
I know I have Oakley contacts.
There you go.
So, what do we have coming up on the show today, Matt? We have a lot of stuff.
We got a
up.
lot of stuff. We got Jeff here giving out picks.
Giving out picks at 12:36.
The one good thing with picks at 12:36, at least the next few weeks,
You're doing football
because we're so close to football.
Yeah.
We'll be doing some football futures, including one today that I really like.
Yeah, Frank and I have a play on today's MLB slate. Jeff's is a future. We'll take a look at the Jets reacting to their own Madden ratings.
Love that.
And then, of course, we have our obligatory Caitlin Clark mention for the day.
We have Caitlin Clark coming.
Yep,
Do we have Frankie Funko trivia today or not? No, we don't
Not
have
today.
it. Okay.
Tomorrow.
By the way, Bob Dell, I didn't know this. Scranton is home of The Office. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Of course, I'm ripping
I was
on
gonna
Bob.
say if you
if
you didn't know that, that'd be really
Maybe Bob was being sarcastic.
I would hope so. My only
I don't know. The president is born in Scranton.
Yes, he was.
Yes, the current. My only experience was with Scranton. My dad is from Nashua, New Hampshire. Grew up there. He's out in L.A. now, but I was staying with him between baseball jobs, and I was driving from Scranton to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
It was about a 10-hour drive.
And
wait, Scranton to Pittsburgh.
Nashua to Pittsburgh
Yeah, I was gonna
was
say,
10 hours.
I can-
Scranton is the midway point between those two. So that's where I stopped, refueled, got some food, whatever. And I remember my first thought when I pulled into the gas station in Scranton was, no way Michael and Holly would have been able to do this every single weekend. Because they were talking about driving back and forth from Scranton to Nashua.
That's right.
Shout out Nashua.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, and I was like, no way they could do this drive every
Do you
weekend.
know the beginning footage of Scranton on the Office? That footage, a lot of that was shot by John Krasinski.
Really?
After he found out he got the show, he wanted to go to Scranton. So him and his friend went, and he brought like an 8mm camera and shot most of that footage you see on the opening.
I didn't know that.
Might have
That's
been the
very
only time that
interesting.
John Krasinski ever stepped foot in Scranton because they filmed the whole thing in L.A.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they did. I think they ended up all going once.
They had a
for, like,
couple of
big premiere one
yeah.
year. Also, the theme is done by Jay Ferguson, who wrote one of the greatest '70s hits that people may or may not know. Out on Thunder Island. Do 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 out on Thunder, and you know that song.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you do. By the way, Bob Dell also saying Taylor Swift is from Wyomissing, PA, which I've already mentioned on the show. So thanks for two obvious things, Bob.
Good start.
Good start, Bob. I love you, Bob. Paul is back. Reno Paul, is there a Permanis in Scranton Airport? I don't think so.
No, Scranton Airport, very small. Very
we'll
small.
check. Mickey Schuler coming from Tommy. Mickey Schuler played for the Jets, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh boy,
he was a tight end. We'll get to the roll call in a second. Oh no, we're doing it right now. Let's do right. No, we'll do
comedy clip.
Comedy clip first.
Let's hit that.
Funny always before the punchies.
Of course.
All right, here we go. And speaking of punchies, Hall of Fame punchy Reno Paul sent me this last night. Now, Jeff, you watched the Olympics. I take it.
I watched a little bit.
Some of it, right?
Some of it, yeah.
Are you familiar with ray gun?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so this guy, and Paul sent me this clip.
Or fortunately, whatever way.
By the way, there's going to be a movie about this whole thing.
It has to be.
Because it turns out she was in charge of who got
The
to go.
intrigue is fascinating.
Yeah, the intrigue factor is there. So ray gun, there's that famous photo of the surfer when he was like parallel.
He had already won. He was like way up in the air after he'll wave.
Some famous shot, and then there's people shooting guns, you know, that. So someone took these images and made the funniest thing I've seen. So there's Reagan. There's a wiper on the Jeep. That's her traditional move. And then look at this. So when you go, look at that. When you go through a tunnel, the lights are the guns.
Right by the airport here.
Right, unbelievable.
That's kind of funny.
That
over
one
over
is
the people.
okay. And then this. There you go.
They couldn't have found a different body of water.
I don't know. I guess not. Wait, you feel that was the airport tunnel?
Yeah.
By Vegas? By the way, when I first saw that, I'm like, there's tunnels in Vegas?
Yeah.
That's the airport connector.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
the
realized.
connector,
I
yeah.
go through it twice a day.
Called the Josh Jacobs tunnel.
Oh, why? What did he
That's
do?
where he wrecked his car one night coming back after a road trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was in that tunnel.
Was he just tired?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. He left and was driving back there after one of the team charters. Yeah. There's a whole story.
And of course, Bob Dow, my oldest and best friend, I want to point out, yes, I was joking about The Office. I know, Bob. And he also says Carlisle's wonderful this time of year as well. Carlisle, PA is exit 12 on the Turnpike, or
That's
11.
the home of Dickinson College, right?
No, that's in Ohio.
No, yeah.
No, no.
Oh, no, here we go.
No.
Here we go. When it comes to colleges.
Matt Neverett, what does that say right there? Dickinson
says-
College.
Are you thinking of
Carlisle.
Farley Dickinson?
Yeah.
No.
Fairleigh Dickinson
Fairleigh?
is New Jersey.
That's New
Farley.
All right, Dickinson College with Jim Thorpe, right? Yeah. See?
I think.
I feel right on this.
Okay.
Someone
there we go.
say
One for
I'm
Jeff.
right.
One for
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, that was a great clip. Let's talk about the punchies that are in there. I had a question of the day because we opened with Tony Gonzalez getting spooked by the fog machine or smoke. What was that?
Pyro.
Pyrotechnics?
How- But it wasn't fire. How does Tony Gonzalez get spooked? So anyway, I said, who's your favorite tight end of all time? We have Matt Neverett saying Gronk. So, and I was like, whoever said Gronk is
Vic,
banned.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Gronk?
It's Patriot Homerism.
You mean to tell me that man's not entertaining?
I'm not saying he isn't, but that's Patriot
And by the way,
Homerism.
from the suburbs of Pittsburgh, which I didn't
I'm
realize.
from here originally.
I
Oh,
know.
from Gronk, I went to
Gronk.
Woodland Hills High
Yeah, I went to
School,
Woodland Hills.
which is a
Powerhouse, actually.
they're a powerhouse. I went and played there one year when we were in high school. Pine
Yeah.
Richland went and got smoked at the Wolf
Yeah.
Arena.
Woodland Hills is always good.
It is an interesting area. It is a very interesting area. I was very glad that we got out of there as soon as the game ended.
Did you guys know, speaking of Pennsylvania, that Scranton was where the office took place? Thanks, Bob. Okay, anyway, we got some Muths. I said Kellen Winslow, myself, and Mark Bruner.
Are we getting an Antonio Gates on there?
I haven't seen Gates yet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Andy Martello.
Criminal.
Wait a second. There was this member of the Honey Bears cheerleader. Oh, I get it. Tight end. God, Andy, you walked me right into that. We had some Shannon Sharps from Minidar and a Mickey Schuler from Tommy. So Antonio Gates is a good one.
I'm surprised
Underrated,
Antonio
yeah.
Gates. Antonio Gates was, if you were just going off of just fun,
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
a former basketball player, Kent State.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that because they knocked Pitt out in the tournament.
Yeah,
That's how I first
see,
heard
it's
of
always a
Antonio
Pitt
Gates.
connection.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
always.
But no, I would go. I'll go Antonio Gates. Actually, that'll be my answer.
Your dad differs.
What does he have?
Craig Parles has what I went with, Kellen Winslow.
Yeah,
You're a bad
He's about
Mizzou
my
alum.
age.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm
Kellen Winslow.
great charge.
Come on.
Well, see, we
The
mentioned
game
multiple,
against the Dolphins alone.
We mentioned
where-
multiple Chargers in
Yeah,
that.
12 catches or 14
Mark,
catches for 180 yards.
before Maddenized time, but Mark Bavaro would be another.
Someone
one
had Mark
that-
Bavaro.
yeah.
Who had Mark Bavaro? Joey B. New York
Yeah.
Giants, Mark Bavaro.
Yeah.
Jerome Barkham from Tommy Green. Who's Jerome Barkham? I remember Mickey Schuler. And,
Joey B said Mark Bavaro.
Blade Nicotero, who we still...
Barkham played for the Jets back in the day. That's way long time. 70s, 80s.
Keith
Yeah,
Lyle
70s,
said
80s.
Ray
Long
Gun
career
learned her
with the
moves
Jets.
from Jeff Parles.
Of course. I've seen the wedding footage, Jeff.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
oh, boy.
Wait, what?
I don't know what is
Whoa.
going on. What just happened here?
Is there footage of Jeff dancing?
No, that's called a lie.
Oh, damn it, Matt. You're so good. Matt is so damn good, ladies and gentlemen. And Jeff almost for a second was like, oh, God.
I was very confused.
Do they have
there.
footage?
I was very confused there for what? Of me
Of your
dancing my
yeah,
own wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Everyone dances.
I
at
just
their own
haven't seen
wedding.
Bring it
Yeah.
in.
Okay, all right.
All right, let's get back to the
No,
show.
I mean, our first dance was "Once in My Life" by Stevie Wonder.
Oh, it's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
By the way, Keith Lyle, I was waiting for someone to make that joke, but don't. He went Kellen Winslow Jr. No, that is not.
Oh boy.
No, we stay away from him. Barkham was from the Jets, converted wide receiver,
Yeah.
says your dad.
Yeah, that's that's what we had. Yeah.
I remembered. I
12-year
remember
career.
Mickey Schuler though. That was you're talking like New York Sack Exchange days. Schuler was on the other end of Klecko and Gastineau. All right, roll call's done. Lines of the night. We're going to talk about lines of the night. Who wants to go first?
Never,
Matt?
do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah,
All right, go for it.
I'll lead it off here. My line of the night is actually something that Alex White had sent to Frank and I earlier. Frank said he's not opened this
I didn't. I was busy.
for
yeah.
August. Alex is throwing you a bone
Oh my goodness.
with the
Look at
top,
this guy.
the team with the most wins as an underdog.
I need this.
In the month of August so far. I didn't know whether or not to divide this up by winning percentage or total wins. I went with volume, total wins
Okay.
here. So the Diamondbacks and the Nationals have each won 6 games as a dog
good
in the month
trend.
of August.
This is good. Thank
Diamondbacks
you, Alex.
6-1 in the month of August as a dog. So Frank, next time you see the D-backs as a dog, think
Well,
about it.
The team I'm taking later today during picks at 12:36 in about 23 minutes is not on that list. So
Nope.
now I'm
That's good.
The other thing you got to consider, though, is the opponents. Maybe they haven't been a dog quite as much. I mean, you see the Diamondbacks have been a dog 7 times. The Nationals, who have the same amount of wins, have been a dog 11 times. So they're 6-5, which is nothing to write home about, but they're a dog far more often.
I love I was here 2 hours early today because I co-hosted Gone Racing.
You did a great job, by the way.
It was awesome.
Trust me, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't know what I was doing. I've been here earliest I've ever been, and I forgot to change the lights behind me to red. And I'm wearing red.
close
though.
enough.
That's all right. It's contrasting.
The band at Jeff's wedding played Brock Purdy's wedding.
That is true.
Really?
Yes,
Whoa.
that is true. Patrick Lentz band. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
you
if-
got Patrick Lentz band?
No, that's the band. That's the band's name. But
You
yes,
got to
they-
get him. Glad you got him before his big extension, because I don't know if you'd be able to afford his band afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
yes, that is true. Though.
That's good. All right, great. That's a great line of the night there. Very interesting. And Jeff, you have a New York edge.
Yeah, we'll go to the other team. That Aaron Judge guy's pretty good at this
Not bad,
baseball
not bad.
thing. Quickest ever to 300.
Yep.
By the way, great decision by Grady Sizemore to intentionally walk Soto
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
to him. I don't care if Soto's over to
He's
9
a
straight
new
at bat.
manager. He's
It
a
Not,
doesn't
he's not
matter.
going to be for long if he keeps
Yeah,
doing
Doesn't
that.
matter. Soto could have homered for 15 straight at bats, and you
Exactly.
still can't do that.
Ridiculous.
This is from the J. Hay Kid on Twitter. If Aaron Judge finishes this season with 60 or more homers, and it had 60 homers every season from 25 to 28, meaning 5 straight seasons of 60 plus, he'd still only rank 9th all time for homers through the age of 36.
That's incredible.
If he averaged 60 home runs a season, he'd break Barry Bonds' record in his age 40 season.
What year how old was he when he came up? Was he in his,
Judge was old.
He was
That's
a
what I
little
mean.
older.
I
He
knew
was
he
in
was
advanced
older.
college
Because
bat.
I said
Judge
that
was
last night.
Fresno State, right,
Yep.
Matt?
Yep.
I said this to a friend of mine. I said, well, someone who was blown away by this. I said, yeah, but he didn't play in the majors. So it was 24 or 25?
Judge was 25 when he
Yeah,
came up.
that's
Aaron
why.
Judge is actually older. You're 93.
94.
You're 94. Okay, so
Yeah.
so I'm older than you. Judge is older than both of us, which is actually a rarity.
Is he older than me?
I don't think so.
And I swear to God, don't laugh that loud at that.
I don't like that laugh, man. Yeah.
No, but that's why that's amazing because I knew he got a late start in the pros, but he's making up for lost time.
I don't know. Look, I don't know where he's going to end up. Like 500 home runs. If he doesn't get there, it's a monster disappointment.
I
at
agree,
this
but
point.
I don't see
Absolutely.
him doing 6 or
But
7.
I think he'll get into the 6s.
He's too
I don't
big.
I don't think he'll get to the 7s, but I think he'll play long enough to double what he has now. But I don't think 7s are in play.
So this is his 9th year in the big leagues. He debuted in 2016. So
Right.
he's got 955 games under the belt. Rest of this season, he'll be at basically 1,000 games
Sure.
over those 9 years. So you want to double that for an 18-year career, which would be one of the longer
It would
ones.
be 600 homers.
That'd be 600 home runs. He has to keep up this
That
pace.
pace. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
a big
Starting
pace.
that late, it's hard.
It tells you about the volume of the Barry Bonds home runs.
Yep.
This graphic does as well, and just how good he was for how long he was, whether or not
Bond's got 1 pitch a game.
Yeah,
Maybe 2 pitches.
that's the incredible part too.
Again, I know steroids. Yes, he did it. He's not real.
He's still, even before the steroids, he's still the
He was a
most-
generational
That's when I
talent.
saw him play.
He's
He was
still one of the
amazing.
3 most talented players in the history of baseball.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
If you take away all of his 700
Yep.
whatever home runs, he still would be the all-time leader in on-base percentage.
The amount of intentional walks, his on-base percentage is insane. He was incredible.
We'll never see numbers like that again.
No.
His baseball reference page is phenomenal. There's more numbers in bold than there
bold,
are regular.
because that
Yeah,
means he
they
led
led
the
the
league.
league. Him
I
and Mike Trout, probably my 2 favorite baseball reference pages to
I
go
mean,
to.
Judge's baseball reference.
Judge's is
page
good,
pretty
too.
It's getting
right
there.
now.
It's getting there. All right, for my line of the night, we're going with our girl, Caitlin Clark, who we love.
Gotta get it
and
in for
Angel
the show,
Reese.
yeah.
So WNBA 2K images came out, and these are scary real.
They're
The
getting
only
crazy.
thing missing on her is the headband she always usually has. That little
I think it's black. I think it's
Is
just
it?
hard to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that likeness is pretty real.
It's one of those things. Like I remember even 10 years ago when I was growing up with my 2 younger brothers, and we'd be playing video games, and my mom would come in and go, "What are you guys watching?"
Right.
Yeah,
Because it looks so
It
real.
looks so real. And that was 10 years ago. And now with all the next gen systems, the PS5 guy right here, it is insane. Yeah, and the movement is so natural. They do a really good job with motion capturing as well when they make the games. It is insane. Even down to Angel Reese's eyelashes. Look at that. Like
It's
it is
unbelievable.
freaky realistic.
And look at, I wish they would have flipped the images so it looked like Angel Reese
Yeah.
was glaring at Caitlin Clark.
You know, when I put this together, I had half a mind to make her image just slightly bigger than Angel's because I know that would piss Angel off.
Yeah, exactly. But there's our lines of the night. So
Both 90 overalls, by the way.
is that what their ranking is?
They're
Rating?
both 90
And this is in the new NBA
This is
2K
in
game.
the
They
games
introduced
coming.
WNBA players, 2 years ago?
I want to say 3 now.
It's been semi recently, but every year they have WNBA players, similar to how FIFA.
Oh, it is NBA 2K.
Yeah, it's
I said
NBA
WNBA.
2K, but you can play with women's teams, and FIFA does this as well.
I haven't. I got to go home. I have a good season going in Tecmo Bowl. That's how recently.
Very nice.
I'm very good at Tecmo.
My
Very,
UNLV
very
dynasty's
Jerome
coming
Bettis,
off.
let's go.
Yeah,
I took the Kansas City Chiefs to an undefeated season with Steve DeBerg possibly as the quarterback.
possibly.
Derek Thomas is unstoppable. That's why you could take Kansas City and win. All right, let's talk about the date. Today is August 15th. We are halfway through August, ladies and gentlemen. 2024, and the national days are National Relaxation Day.
Good.
Jeff, what do you think of National Lemon Meringue Pie Day? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a good one in order to be really hit the spot.
Now, and it's also Afternoon Tea Week, which we do here every day at 1 o'clock.
As soon as the show
As
ends.
soon as the
Yep.
show
High
ends.
tea.
Yeah.
Elvis Week is concluding on Friday, and it's also National Check the Chip Day for your pet safety. Kane, I don't know which ones you use,
Oh, boy.
but we're going to find out. Put them in the machine. It's also celebrity birthdays of Ben Affleck, 52, Jennifer Lawrence, 34. All right, here we go.
There's some good ones.
Right, so wait a second. What do we got here? We got Ben Affleck.
With this.
So that's pretty obviously Ben Affleck on the left,
Okay,
and
right.
he's relaxing.
It's Relaxation Day. All right,
It's
what else?
Relaxation
What are you
Day.
laughing at, Jeff? Which one?
The fact that it's like in the ridiculous red pen.
Yes,
That's
I told Caden that was my favorite part
We need-
the best
we need
part
it.
of that.
because it kind of the side profile kind of looks like Ben Affleck, but you never know.
And he's looking at J-Lo going, I can't believe I married her.
I saw a thing yesterday that he's blaming their divorce on he fought so hard for his sobriety busy, and she's made it hard for him.
Oh boy.
I've never seen a more diplomatic way to say you drive me to drink. Like,
in the middle, we have a dog getting chipped.
And it's funny. So it's still National Elvis Week.
Yes,
so
it
this
is.
guy doesn't have a head in the middle. It's a weird AI generated. There's the AI is still learning. It's supposed to be Elvis. In the prompt, that was supposed to be Elvis getting his dog chipped.
Well, when Elvis faked his death, he did
Yes.
become a vet. Everyone knows that. Come on and bring your dog in.
And then on the right, it's AI rendition
It
of
looks
Jennifer
like Alicia
Lawrence.
Silverstone in Clueless more than Jennifer
It's supposed to be
Lawrence.
J-Law. It is also, she's drinking tea out of a lemon meringue cup, it looks like. You're always writing down inventions.
Yes,
There you
there it
go.
is.
A
A lemon
teacup that
meringue
you can
cup.
drink out of. Yes.
Trademark it.
I'm going to
Katie,
make you a
on
lot
that.
of money, Frank.
TM that. TM. All right, there it is. There's your.
And I would assume it's in the afternoon. Afternoon tea.
It's afternoon tea.
Yeah.
Well, the Jennifer Lawrence, she parties all night.
She's not up early, yeah. Take a page out of your book.
She is awesome, though, by the way. Every interview, she seems so real.
What was the movie she just did? She just did a movie where she plays like not an au pair, but the parents hire her to date the son.
I actually paid for that movie.
I actually saw that movie.
I
I
actually
saw it.
liked it a lot.
It was hilarious.
It was good enough.
I went in low expectations. I rented it, watched it, and she does something on the beach that's quite.
Even outside it, like that scene was, good, but
She does a nude
it was
scene.
funny.
I'm
No
gonna
hard
say.
feelings.
No hard feelings.
Yeah.
I actually really like that movie. Recommend it to a friend.
Are you a Hunger Games fan?
I only saw like the first one or two. Yeah,
I like 'em. I
like
read the
'em.
books growing up, so I was
okay.
excited to see the movies.
they were books.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
they
series of
were
books.
books.
Stephanie Harper.
I'm not that.
Did you
dumb.
know The Office was in Scranton?
I didn't know, Bob. Did
Frank's
you
learning a
know
lot
that
today.
Hunger Games were.
Oh,
next
but-
you're going to tell me
oh,
the Harry Potter movies
Actually,
were
hey,
books.
hold on a second. We got to bring something to air that I sent you over the weekend. I saw an actual red panda this weekend.
You did. I didn't know if that was from like clip art or
Not the
No,
lady.
Globe
that was in the St. Louis Zoo because we saw my wife's family, then we saw
Okay.
my mom's side.
You
of the
saw an
family.
actual red panda. I
An
did. I
actual
laughed
red
at it.
panda.
And you sent a random picture of an elephant, or I sent it to you.
I'm
an
a big
elephant
fan of
thing.
elephants. We know that already.
So
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
You did see a red panda, which we did
It's
laugh.
very good.
It was very good. All right. Ann, why are you shaking your head?
She's working.
She's watching tennis. I don't know what's going on back there, but something crazy. All right, where are we in the show? Are we? Is it post time already?
We can hit some posts if you want.
Let's start post.
Go back
early.
and
Why
forth.
not?
Do you want to start with the Jets? We can get into it with Jeff.
Jeff sound the horn. But
Can
of
I sound
course.
the horn?
There we
Sound the
go.
horn,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jeff loves sounding the horn. Sometimes I ask Alex. Alex is like, no, I don't want to do it.
The horn's broken?
What?
What the?
Did your cousin break it
There
yesterday,
we
Frank?
go. Yeah, my cousin Marky was in town. I'm like, Marky, say sound the horn. He goes, what? Say sound the horn. He goes, I said sound.
Not be the horn.
Pittsburgh guy. What are you gonna do? Yeah. I'm afraid he's going to the Omega Mart tonight. I'm afraid he might get lost.
Oh
and not
my
get out.
God, yeah. You might never see him
I
again.
might never see my cousin again. Him and his lovely girl Laura. All right, so we're gonna start. Wait, the person holding the dog had no head. Yeah, it is a little creepy. Ben
is
Affleck
true.
looks like Ryan. Says Blade Nicotero. Blade Nicotero, who are you? Just tell us who you are. It's enough.
They're having too much fun with it at
I
this
need to
point.
know-
Yeah.
Hold on. ESPN free Samantha Ponder and Robert Griffin III. Cost cutting at ESPN. They cut Samantha Ponder and
Yep.
Robert Griffin. RG3 got fired
I know, and it wasn't because of the croissant picture.
when he had the big croissant.
Yeah.
I love RG3 on games.
I do too.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
He brings
surprising.
a certain
horrible timing too.
Yeah.
I mean, did they know this was coming? That's right before he gets busy.
Well,
Sam Ponder too. I like
excuse me, I'm choked up over it. But it's what I was reminded of. ESPN's fiscal year actually ends at the end of August.
Oh my God!
Interesting.
Look at this.
So,
Look
there
at
you
this
go.
inside.
There you go.
'Cause
RG3. All right, let's see. And what do we have in petty cash for RG3? $250.
Yeah.
RG3 come
of
on
your
here.
money.
Let's get in touch with him and invite him to the show. You know, this is kind of a viral moment. I'm going to find him on Twitter. I'm going to say, hey, look, if you come on the show, I can get you a buffet
And $215.
And
That's
a
$250.
giant croissant.
and a
again.
giant croissant.
He's
We're
got plenty of that.
All right, we're going to start with post. We're going to post early. You have we got the New York Jets thing that I
Yep.
saw last night. Send it over to Matt. We saved this for Jeff, obviously. So here we go, Jeff. What do we have here again, Matt?
So
This
these are
is
the-
them looking at their ratings.
So there's the team staff has set up a thing with all their Madden ratings, and it's got the name, the overall, and them reacting to it. It's
they're
pretty
not too
funny.
happy. Yeah, crank
Yeah.
up the volume on this, please, Sean.
Jets reacting.
Oh, Jets reacting. Well, we
Sorry.
called an audible whilst you were away.
Disappointed as hell, bro.
There we go.
Where you at, Quan? Show me something. What?
So what do you think of these, Jeff, so
care
far?
about
Is
no
that accurate?
Yeah, I mean, the rookie Will McDonald's too low.
That's
Tony
way
Adams
too
is
low.
too low. Jermaine Johnson too low. Garrett Wilson too low.
I know.
Too low. Too low.
Everything else is kind of cool.
Everything else is kind of cool.
Sauce.
Okay, I don't know.
Strength.
Six. Okay, all
He's
right.
upset.
Actually, surprised CJ Mosley's that high.
And he's like, yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's
This
fine.
part at the end right here is hilarious. So there's this guy and then one more. This is the ending. It's great.
That's low.
Where's that at?
Listen to the ending here.
That's crazy. 83 overall. I'm a higher overall than Aaron Rodgers.
Is that Garrett Wilson?
That is Garrett Wilson.
He goes, okay.
But why?
I don't know. Whatever. Madden ratings at this point are, I don't know.
But
how
these
accurate
guys
they
are obsessed with it, right? 'Cause
Well,
they
I
put-
mean, that's sort of the thing. Well, Brees Hall was also like the 12th highest running back or
Yeah.
something ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
he
that,
needs to
when
be
he's
higher than
probably
that.
going to be the third best running back in the NFL. Maybe even the second best
I
running
wouldn't
back.
reveal who you like for fantasy that's coming up.
I'm going to be honest with you, Frank.
Uh-oh.
I really don't care if you know my strategy for fantasy football.
Just
I
like the
really-
NCAA tournament.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, who won that one?
I did and you did. Okay, you did, Matt, but who had UConn?
No, well, I was going to say I really don't care about the fantasy because even if I think I drafted a good team, it inevitably will be bad.
Of course.
So that's
100
okay.
shows ago, I watched a clip of you and I, Jeff, briefly, just 1 second. You said you will be so insufferable if UConn wins. If I win the NCAA, I technically Matt won, but I also pulled $50 from that.
You also gave people winners back there if they bet the Frank prop
Yeah.
for the NCAA tournament.
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
If you were to make Sauce Gardner's strength rating, put you on the spot, what would you make it?
See, that's where this gets tough
Yeah.
because you're a corner.
He's a frail.
It's a hard
guy.
job, though.
I don't know.
Not
That
frail,
one of
but-
all the numbers, like, all right, whatever.
65.
It is what it is.
Now, what do people need to know about Quintez Stiggers? Because his story is ridiculous.
His story's amazing because he didn't go to college. He played in the CFL.
Yep.
And the Jets drafted him from the CFL.
Very
a
rare.
family tragedy as well.
I think,
mixed in there.
he had a death in the family. He was going to go to college. I forget where he was committed. Had a death in the family.
Yeah, I have to double check.
Never ended up going, but yeah, his
Yeah, but
CFL
his
tape
story-
is crazy.
Yeah, he'll make the roster. In all honesty, he'll make the roster.
I think so. He was the
He was their fourth round pick.
Yeah, he was. I remember reading his story last year. It's
Well,
incredible.
I know a lot of those names from the Jets because of Hard Knocks last year,
Yeah.
too, by the way. So
Well, you wouldn't have known Quintez because he wasn't on the team.
I didn't know that name, no, but I knew the other names.
And
but,
then,
the new, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so Aaron Rodgers not in that video.
Yeah.
Kind of in a macro sense here. What are you making of Aaron Rodgers this year? Is he going to last more than 4 plays?
If he doesn't, please check on me, everyone. If he
Well,
doesn't.
we mentioned this on the show the other day. What was the name of the guy who tackled him when he tore
Leonard Floyd, who's now on the 49ers, who the
Bingo.
Jets play week 1.
Opening game Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And the line on that, we were surprised, was 6.
That sounds right.
Who was surprised by 6? Wasn't it? Oh, it wasn't.
It was
Josh.
me. I said
It
like
was you.
4, but
You
you
said
put
three
me
or
on
four.
the spot.
That seems right. Even though the Niners, I mean, McCaffrey's not 100% right now.
Well, Brendan Ayuk.
we don't know
won't
if
be there.
Brendan Ayuk's going to be there.
Gonna be in
I don't
Pittsburgh.
know.
What do you
mean,
make of that? I think the longer the Ayuk saga drags on, the more likely it is that he stays.
I would agree with that. Look, the Niners, the Niners window, and we
needed
of
over.
course previewed the Niners on Sports by the Book. Check out all of our new social pages, by the way.
Yes, we will get to
There
that.
you go. But Brandon, I with the contract
throw that up,
situation they
sure.
have of Ayuk and Samuel and just the life of a running back at a high end of McCaffrey and the fact they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy soon. The Niners' window to win the Super Bowl
Yeah.
might be this year.
I think so.
It might be this year and then it's done.
I agree.
At this rate.
Yeah.
because Purdy's going to get 40, 50 million a year.
They should just do what the Rams kind of did with Goff and just let him go and start fresh.
That's risky.
I mean, if you
Paid
can
off-
win,
paid off for the Rams.
if you can win with Brock Purdy, there's a lot of other quarterbacks that you can win with. Nothing against Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
but what does he do that
By the
is
way,
so extraordinary?
Josh Dobbs looked pretty good for the Niners in mop-up duty. I know it's exhibition
Preseason.
football.
Yeah.
I know it is, but Josh Dobbs, again, watched him play. I saw him play his first series in an exhibition game for the Steelers. I was there.
Did you know that he'd rather be a rocket scientist than a
would.
football player? Yeah.
Yeah, what's his nickname again? Oh, crap. It has something to do with the rocket.
Something
The
not. It was something not.
astronaut. Yeah, it
It was
was
something not.
the backup knot. The
No, the backup. The garlic knots.
The guard. No, what was it? The knot. The
hold
backup knot. Josh knot. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just real quick while they're both Googling.
The pastronaut.
The
Pastronaut.
Pastronaut.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Make sure you follow Sports by the Book. All new. They've splintered off like we have on X, Instagram, TikTok,
Don't forget Facebook too,
Facebook.
everyone. We were there as well.
Facebook. Okay.
There's just no @ for that one.
Why don't we stick with football and the Chiefs? Why don't we do the Chiefs?
The
since we
Chiefs,
just showed
yeah.
the Jets team. And we're calling another audible at the line here.
No, this is back to the order.
Back to the order.
This is back to the original order here. The Chiefs magician.
So anyway, the Chiefs, every year it seems there's a magician or a mentalist that goes to these teams and blows their minds. So he did something pretty crazy with indelible marker. We're led to believe it was a Sharpie. So go ahead. Here's the Chiefs in camp getting their minds blown.
I'm going to put an X on my hand.
John,
like
can you turn that way up, please?
Try to get it to come off of my hand and end up on your hand. Like this. Watch. Watch the X. If I grip it just right, see how it comes off into my hand.
Chill out.
Right there, and boom.
You got me shaking right now. I ain't gonna lie, I'm shaking.
I'm shaking right now. I'm not going to lie.
They slow it down. You can see it right there.
No, you just wiped it off as permanent marker.
Look at the inside of your hand.
I love it. Every year they do that stuff, man. It's so good.
It's like when you're at a restaurant, they got the guy going table to table doing magic, and you pull the dollar bill that you signed out of an orange or something like that.
It's
Do
amazing.
you have a coin behind your ear?
Not this time.
David Blaine is my favorite. Very good. A lot of magic. I don't know. Can they win a third Super Bowl? You talked about the Chiefs when you do
Can they
your...
win is Mahomes?
Will they?
Is Mahomes still playing quarterback?
Nope.
Oh well, then
What
I
happened?
wouldn't,
You
but-
saw the alert?
Yeah.
No, but
retired.
no, in all seriousness, though, they are. The AFC is so loaded this year. I think you probably agree with me, Matt.
Yeah.
Where the AFC is, I think there are.
Why does my opinion not matter?
Well,
Why does he turn
because
them
you're
out?
going to say the Steelers are the one that has the best chance of
But
beating
it
them.
just turns them out like, hold on,
No,
idiot.
because you're
Matt,
so-
would you agree
you're
with
so,
me?
You're so Pittsburgh centric, Frank.
They have two quarterbacks. That's
They have
better
to-
than one.
But I've said this in our Sports by the Book previews. I think
Yeah, that's what I was
12
wondering.
of the 16 teams in the AFC are capable of making the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And 8 of those 12 are capable of making the Super Bowl.
It's a good breakdown.
But Buffalo suffered a horrific injury today because Matt Milano
I saw
tore
that.
his
Rip the bicep. Yeah.
and he's
I
going
like
to be
that
out
guy.
until December. And we saw last year their defense until they figured it out about 7 weeks
Yeah,
later.
but he's the heart of that defense.
Hey, he's the heart of that
Yeah.
defense. I can't stand watching him play, but he's an awesome player.
A guy like that for me was Kike Alonso when he was on the
Kiko Alonso.
on the
I
Kiko
remember him.
Alonso. I'm thinking of Kike
Yeah,
Hernandez.
yeah.
Kiko Alonso when he was on the
Hernandez
on the Dolphins. I remember when he had that really bad late hit on Joe Flacco when he went into the slide, and Flacco like popped up like he was rising to heaven. Kiko Alonso, man, that's a
Oh my
throwback
God,
there.
Keith. Aaron Rodgers made it through 4 more plays than Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my God.
I was out
Too
the
soon,
other night.
too soon.
Hold on, I was out the other night and a guy walked by with a shirt and it had a Ford Theater Yelp rating and a picture of Lincoln and it was just 1 star, awful. Ford Theater, awful. These jokes are okay to do because it's 200 years ago. Comedy
Oh, my
plus
God.
time equals, or tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Oh, man.
Woody Allen line. We have 2 quarterbacks. Lil Big. Who's Lil Big? Hello, Lil Big. Dean Hilt. Chiefs defense will be better. Several players in their second year.
I was going to bring that up.
The
saying that
one
one, Keith.
question that I have with Kansas City's defense is you're replacing L'Jarius Sneed,
Right.
who now is a Titan.
Yeah.
And Titans offseason made no
Well, in the
sense.
same division as Stephon Diggs.
Yes, that very good, very good, very good. But look, there's no reason to think that the Chiefs they're the betting favorite. They should be the betting favorite.
Yep.
It's good till someone beats them. You have to assume they're winning it all.
But again,
And
and they
that's the way
just
it's
try
at.
to get to December, right? They just want
Literally,
to get to the
yeah.
playoffs.
Their schedule seems a little bit better than it was last year too.
One other team that's kind of in a similar spot as far as needing to reload on defense, and I think wanted to get your thought in the NFC, is the Detroit Lions.
So we haven't revealed Super Bowl picks yet.
Yeah.
When are you
And
doing that, by the way?
We'll in the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
we'll-
good to know.
We'll have them all out.
Sports
there.
by the book. Make sure you
But
tune in.
there are 6 teams I'm considering right now, and Detroit is on the list
Okay.
of them. He had a little bit of scares injury wise the last few days,
Yeah.
where it seemed like they had lost 3 guys, including
Barry Sanders retired
Barry Sanders retired
12 years ago.
It was a rough go,
20 years ago.
but they had some bad injuries that seemingly are not as significant as were once thought.
Okay.
But the Lions' defense is so much better this
had
year
to
than
be.
it was a year ago. Just looking at the players.
Yeah.
The big question with them is, will Jared Goff regress? That's really my biggest concern with Detroit going.
Well, he
into
looked
the
good
year.
last year.
Sure
I'm going to
did.
go and give my Super Bowl pick right now.
Oh,
The
God.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I knew it.
After a 9-win regular season.
Yep.
My thing with the
9-win.
Lions, too, is obviously they needed to reload on defense, but a fun trivia question you can tell everybody, and I've gotten people with this already. There's one team in the NFL right now going into this year that will be returning their head coach, quarterback, and offensive coordinator for a 4th consecutive season, and it's Jared Goff and the Lions.
Wow.
Ever since the trade, they've had the same head coach, same offensive coordinator, same quarterback. They're the
Stability
only
works.
team in the
been there
league.
4 years.
Yeah.
Already? I guess so.
They're the only
Because
team in
that
the
first
league.
year they were miserable.
Yeah.
And then they were improved, and then the last year.
Might
and then
not have
he's-
been a year to remember, but it was a year nonetheless, right?
Right.
Hey,
Starting to
I remember them
bite
beating the
knees.
Vikings though,
Yeah.
for their first win.
They love
Remember that?
Yes.
On the last play of the game.
He comes out like,
By the way, the Vikings. So yeah, JJ McCarthy out for the
I
year.
feel bad.
I don't think he was going to start over Darnold.
No, he was going to make it a competition.
Darnold was going to start.
Everyone, by the way, this is the last chance Sam Darnold gets to finally have everyone say, well, if he was in a good situation. And everything.
Well, look, for Darnold, I think that I mentioned off the air to Alex this morning, I think we could get remember the year where Blake Bortles was like the number 3 fantasy quarterback?
Yeah, I remember that. You mean
Yeah.
when they beat the Steelers in the playoffs?
No. That was
Well,
a
whatever.
different
Blake
year.
Bortles,
Different
I
year.
just get it's a Sid
Different
Bream
year.
trigger for me
Different
as
year.
well.
But
I hear Blake
I
Bortles.
wouldn't be shocked if Darnold has a huge numbers year and Minnesota 6-11. Like, it wouldn't shock me if that
I've
happened.
seen some folks betting him at really, really high numbers to lead the league in passing yards.
because they might be trailing so much.
And
I
they're going to be
never
behind a lot. They led the league in passing with Joe Schmo at quarterback all year. They
Well,
had
and
4 different
Stephon
starting.
Diggs is on Minnesota. If you're in the time machine,
They had 4 different quarterbacks start a game last year, and they led the league in passing. So the system is there.
Yeah.
Everything else is in place. They lost Stephon Diggs, which is huge, but they're going to be able to fill it a little bit. Now, the Jordan Addison news really could be a killer as far as that bet in particular with Darnold leading the league in passing goes.
the alarm is going
Does
off.
that mean
gentlemen.
we get to harmonize?
Let's do it. Go ahead, Ann. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. Here we go, Joe. Punchline picks at 12:36. There you go, ladies
There
and
we
gentlemen.
go.
It's a live version. Oh, Caden's. By the way, Caden's nodding, and I look for Caden's approval a lot actually.
Yeah.
And the other day, I did something I'd never done in my life, not just on the show. I did a Donald Trump impression. And
Yeah.
Caden actually went, "Hey, that was pretty good."
That was solid.
I'm not gonna do it again. It's pretty good. The best.
Everyone agrees.
Everyone agrees. Pittsburgh Steelers win the Super Bowl. It's getting better, actually, Kate. No, I blew it today. Kate was like, "Meh, you
What was
lost."
the one that I busted out the other day? I had a good impression.
Oh, God.
I was thinking of one
You
earlier
know
when we
you have
said
Travolta, and then you did another one.
we were talking Shannon Sharp earlier.
Yeah.
I love the Hard Knocks clip where they're making fun of him.
Wait,
in
was
the-
this episode 2? I haven't watched 2 yet.
No, this is way back in
Oh,
the day.
way
This was
back.
the first season of Hard Knocks.
Oh, yeah, it was Baltimore.
He there was some clip of him early in this season where he was very angry and yelling and animated, and later on in a team meeting, I forget who it was, came in dressed like him with the bucket hat, and
Vaguely remember that.
yeah,
You
and
did an
he was
impersonation.
saying, I'll do an impression of the impression.
Yeah.
He goes, "You made me look like an idiot on national TV. I want my reparations."
That's a third impression from Matt Neverett. What was the one you did the other day? I can't remember.
I'm trying to remember. The Travolta's a classic.
Maybe Keith Lowndes.
I can do a good Harry Carey, but I'll save that for another day.
All right. Well, that's teased.
We'll get you some beer.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Picks at 12:37 and a half. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, am I going
Let's
first?
have the guest
Going
go.
first.
All right,
With the future.
Let's go to the football landscape.
We're doing
College.
football. Yeah, they're going to be doing.
College football futures. I was going to finally do the Boise State one, but the number changed.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give out a number that doesn't exist anymore.
The
So I
A's
will
are
go with a number that does exist, and that's the Memphis Tigers to win the American Athletic Conference at plus 270. There was some plus 275 out there. There was even some plus 290 that was very short-lived. They are the most talented team in this conference by a pretty significant margin, at least in my look at it. I know there are some that are saying Tulane. A lot of Tulane, as Matt Neverett knows, because he'll have that first game for Willie Fritz as the head coach of the Houston Cougars,
Yep.
because that's where UNLV goes.
He took a lot of talent with him.
Took a ton of talent
Yeah.
from New Orleans to Houston. So I'm a little bit surprised that the market is still kind of pricing Tulane as if Willie Fritz still had that sort of
Yeah.
roster there in New Orleans. So I'm a little surprised at that. Memphis does have some quirky games mixed in there. They have to go to San Antonio to play the Roadrunners at UTSA. They have to go to Tampa to play South Florida. They do play in New Orleans the final week of the regular season. But when push comes to shove, I think the talent is just too much. And if they are in that title game, there is no way you're getting any sort of number close to this. So I like Memphis to win the American
All right.
Athletic.
And they have Penny Hardaway still down there.
Derek Rose is still
Yeah.
down. Chris Douglas Roberts.
It amazes me, and I'm going to stop the show. I'm stopping the show.
Okay,
The
pause.
show has been stopped. I'm always amazed at the college football knowledge of you and Matt as well too, and the fact that they were talking about offensive coordinators at Southern Utah or Utah State or something before the show, and I was just like, I like the Steelers. Anyway, you guys are very impressive. That's why we
thank
love
you,
having you
Frank.
here.
Jeff, if there's one team that burns you in that conference and upends Memphis, who is it?
The market says Tulane, but the game I'm most concerned about is that trip to Tampa.
Yeah.
Like the game at South Florida. South Florida was one of the most improved teams in the country a year ago. Second year in their for their head coach, whose name is escaping me right now for whatever reason. But look, that would be the game that concerns me. Memphis does get it off a bye week though, so that is
Okay, that's huge.
that is big. And then look, UTSA's talented again, so that would be the way I'd look at
At the
it.
Alamo Dome.
Yes,
All right. And by the way, Blade Nicotero, please reveal yourself. Let's see if we can.
Alex Golash, by the way, is the coach.
Who?
Of,
What?
Alex Golash is the coach of
Yes.
South
Household
Florida.
name.
I was going to say Alex Grinchen. I knew that was wrong.
No, don't say that.
That was a guy who got canned from USC.
So
Yeah.
Blade Nicotero, maybe this will give us a clue who this person is. I liked watching Sports by the Book on Sunday when only college basketball games, and then something about whatever conference Niagara is in, learning about whatever.
Niagara's in the MAC with 2 A's.
The MAAC,
Right.
yeah.
So this is a clue. So this is someone who knows.
I think Blade Nicotero is actually Ryan.
No, Caden's saying no. I trust Caden. I gave him a
No,
jersey.
not Ryan. It's not Ryan. Okay.
He's,
neither
he's
confirm
driving
nor
right
deny,
now.
yeah.
It can't. All right.
Ah. Safety be damned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Frank's always paying attention when he drives.
Yes. All right. Pick of the your pick, Matt Neverett.
We're going with a pick on today's baseball slate if you're looking for some action. I'm going to go with the
Limited
Giants.
Okay.
Giants trying to stave off a 4-game sweep at the hands of the Atlanta Braves
Is it
in
Max
San
Fried
Francisco.
pitching this game?
It's free, but it's also Alex Cobb
Yeah, Cobb.
going for the G-men. He in his career at home with any team, he is 30-19 with a 2.71 ERA. This season in home starts, he's 6-3 with a sub-2.5 earned run average. He's been phenomenal pitching at Oracle Park. Max Fried in his last 4 against the Braves is 0-3 with the 6.65 earned run average. So Fried's good against everybody outside of the Giants. So I'm going to go with the starting pitching matchup. Fried in his last 2 starts against the Giants has given up 3 home runs and 18 base runners in 11 2/3 innings. So traffic on the base pass early. And I like the Giants. If you can get it at 110 or anything less than 110,
Right.
that's ideal. This market's been kind of wonky. I've seen like 107, 110, 105 at some places.
Get the pick in now. Game starts in 4 minutes.
Oh, yes. Thank
Oh
you.
my God, get it in now.
Thank you.
4-minute game.
Forget the line. Do it.
Do it now. I am okay. It's August, and it's August.
Yep.
So we have a August graphic, Jeff. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but
It's
Oh, I
adorable.
heard
spent
it.
a lot- yeah, we spent a lot on this. It shows there's Marty and Scooby and Dodger. Okay, so it's August. I'm now 2-7, I believe. If I knew the exact record, I'm sure Ryan would love to point it out if he was here. I think it's 2-8. I think it's 2-8.
Okay.
It's 2-8.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yesterday was a
lost
no-go.
yesterday.
Yeah, 2-8 after yesterday.
Who did I have yesterday? Pirates. Yeah, that's right. Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller, who was looking so solid, going to win 10 games before the break. It's not well.
The Pirates
have
have-
lost 10 in a row.
They have 1 win since the All-Star break.
Am I going back to them? No. Is Paul Skeens pitching Friday against Seattle, I believe? Friday or Saturday? Is it Friday
It's
night?
Friday. It's tomorrow.
Friday night, yeah. So I had to go to the World Champs. I'm going to the Texas Rangers. Corey Bradford is starting for them. Now, this kid on the Twins, who I actually watched pitch his last game, Bailey Ober, he's 12-5. He's a good pitch.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's that team that is still sneaky. The Rangers at home, it's not their year. They're tired. But I got to go with. I needed an underdog, and that was the only one. That,
Not a lot of games
You're
today.
not only going against one host on Sports by the Book, you're going against 2 hosts.
you
on
both
Sports by
took
the-
Minnesota.
Yes, we did.
Ooh. Punchy pick.
Punchy pick.
We got a punchy pick from who? All right, here we go. I can't. Keith Lyle. It's on the board. What's he like?
He's on the Braves?
Like the Braves.
I like the Braves.
He's on the Braves. All right, so I'll go against Keith.
They're going against each other.
Frank's going against Jeff. I'm
And
going against
Alex?
Keith. Oh,
You were against both of those.
that's formidable.
I had to take an underdog. There's not a lot of games going on after the show.
You should have went for broke and just taken the
Nationals?
Washington Mystics tonight in the WNBA. Is
Wow.
the second biggest dog of the
Oh,
day.
okay. I'm doing that. I change?
Mystics.
I
I'm
don't know.
seeing.
Just stay with your
Rangers
stick to
at
your-
home.
Stick to your guns.
I'm seeing plus 320 on the Mystics on the road in Minnesota.
No, just give me
Have
the
you
Rangers.
won one yet?
I've won 2.
2-8?
I'm 2-8.
You only
2
got to
and
go
8.
like 40% betting all dogs to actually
2 and 8.
break about
Well,
even.
how many units is he down?
I don't know the unit. That's a
7.
personal choice.
I don't know. Let Ryan figure that out. We don't know.
There's calculators.
I'm going to
for
hit
that.
on race cars, though. Don't worry about it.
Oh, there we go.
He's
All right,
on
let's
it.
get back to posts. We have some more here. What do we have?
Yeah, so you mentioned
Speaking of one of my losses,
I was going to say, you mentioned the Twins.
I had the Royals the other day.
You faded them and went with
Because they had
KC.
a guy making his debut named Zebulon.
Your guy Zebulon.
It's a great name.
It's
Now-
a great name if you're an alien and you're invading Earth. I am Zebulon.
Or from the
Take me to
mountains
your
of North
leader.
Carolina, yeah, in the middle of the woods.
All right, so Zebulon found out he got called.
So
up
this is the
other day.
the video of Zebulon getting the call from AAA St.
Earlier
Paul
this week, yeah.
earlier in the week. He knew he was going to, just look at the look in his eyes. He knew he was going to screw Frank on this one.
He's going to leave tonight post-game, okay? Which means you need to pack your stuff immediately, okay, to get it on the truck. Don't sit around doing nothing in your uniform heels. Make sure that you get your stuff packed and ready so we can put it on the truck, okay? And that goes for everyone except for Zebby Matthews, who's going to be pitching in the big leagues on Tuesday.
In the big leagues.
Pitching in the big leagues.
There
Yeah,
we go.
and there's Zebby. He took money from me. So congratulations, Zebby. I have to bet on him or against him next game.
I would fade him.
Fading Zebby.
What do you think? You get the win in your major league debut. Do you go against him the next time?
Who is he pitching against?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Of course it matters.
does matter. Just slightly.
That's going to be the name of my fantasy football team. Fade Zebby.
Fade Zebby.
Fade Zebulon. All right. What else?
By the
What,
way, when is our draft?
Ryan and I were talking about the last Thursday of the month. Is that the 27th possibly? What's the date today? 15, 20?
29th.
29th, yep.
I think that.
Are we having it right here in the studio?
We're going to record it. We're going to shoot
we're
it. We're going
recording?
to stream it live. No, we're going to do it live.
Oh,
we'll do it
wow.
live.
Wow.
We're going to get pizza and beer in here if you're allowed. If we're allowed, I don't know.
Out
Pizza
there,
and
worst case.
Phantom. And then Drew Doug's going to edit it down to magic. So
Good luck.
he's already rolling.
He
his
looked
eyes.
so happy about it when we
No,
we had that idea
he was here the
yesterday.
other day, I go, and you're going to edit it. And he's like, oh, I'm quitting before.
Yeah.
It'll
Is-
be easy to cut.
Is he allowed to quit, Ann?
We won't.
No,
talk
yeah,
over,
he said no.
we won't talk over each other. Okay. There's a moment of silence right there. All right. So let's go to the next one. This is a question for Jeff. Safer out.
Oh, safer out. Yeah, let's go with safer out.
We're going to Wausau Woodchucks.
the wood ducks, woodchucks,
I thought it was Woodchucks. How much go to Woodchucks?
Why would it be the Wood Ducks?
the woodchucks. Oh, the Down East Wood Ducks. That's already a team name.
Really?
The Down East Wood Ducks, low A
Again.
affiliate of the Texas Rangers,
Oh my
Sure,
God.
why not?
You're
in the
minor
mountains in
leagues.
Matthews, North Carolina.
Wherever that is.
I love it.
It's
I
near
love
it's
that
near
name.
where Zebby's from, up in the woods.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so safer out. This is one of the more ridiculous plays.
This is a great play. As he safer out though, Jeff. You're going to be the Here we go.
And listen to the call.
Deals. Shot to third, off the glove, over to Jake Birkland. Jump throw to first base. Oh my goodness! What a play!
I think the umpire just wanted to be on our show.
Yep.
I thought he was safe.
So
I thought so too when I first saw it.
close,
this
though.
looks a lot cooler than this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought a heck of a play, though. To
It was.
even make that remotely close.
Now, Frank, in baseball scoring, how do you rule that play in the scorebook?
5-6-3.
Bingo.
Frank knows that.
Frank knows. Frank
For
knows.
baseball. Why am I the? Yeah. Is the ball in his glove? Is it in the web?
That
It
angle,
looks like he's out.
that looks like he's out, but it's so, you can't really tell.
All right,
from
and
this
zoom in
angle
and
where
turn
they're-
left.
Where they're
Enhance.
Enhance. Do
Enhance.
NBIC it. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Horatio Kane.
That's actually, umpire might have actually gotten that right based off that still shot.
For the sake of
But
the
it's
show,
so,
he's
but
out.
it's so hard to see where the foot is down from where that is.
I like making fun of umpires in general.
Well,
Well, you've seen the new challenge system,
Yeah, I
On
saw
balls
it in
and
action
strikes.
the first game I was there. I was like, "What's going on?"
and I actually on our broadcast last night with the Aviators brought it up. A lot of people focusing on how that automatic strike zone and the challenge system makes umpires look bad, or at least that's the common thought.
Right.
I think it could be the opposite as well. If a guy has last night, there were 4 calls challenged total, 2 by each team. All were confirmed. The umpire was right.
you go.
Now, does that mean he was perfect all night? No, but on the borderline calls, he was
But
spot on.
when they get those confirmed, they're like, "Yeah."
You can hear because they have them announce it. They go, the batter is challenging, blah, blah, blah. You can tell sometimes
Told
they're like,
you.
this guy wants to challenge.
Told you.
Yeah,
Judge.
exactly.
It makes. I know it's the umpires union that is holding up any
100%.
sort of improvements with home plate umpiring
Right.
in baseball, but the new challenge system that you guys have seen a lot of here
Yep.
in Vegas because it's one of the few ballparks that has it now, or is it everywhere?
It's everywhere in AAA now.
It's everywhere in AAA
Yeah.
now. I know,
But us and Charlotte were the
this was
first.
one of the test ones.
Yep.
And it's fast too.
It's very fast.
It's 12 seconds. Like,
If that.
it just makes so much sense. Getting the calls right is so important at this point. And we see messes made of home plate umpiring in Major League Baseball. Way too much at this point.
There's a lot. It's been a bad year for the umps behind the plate. That's for sure. All right, so we're going to shift gears to fantasy football.
You want to do fantasy football?
Right? That's all we have left, right?
We have the pinch hitting stats as well.
Oh, we have the pitch hitting. All right, this is good. Let's
We
do that
we
first.
have to get our obligatory Brooks Gate.
Oh, we have to do a
stat
Brooks Gate.
every
Jordan
game.
was kind enough to come on the show. So this is an interesting one. This is
MLB pinch hitting stats by team. So the best batting average.
it's not even close. By
It's
the way.
and this is
Baltimore.
arranged by pinch hitters used. The Yankees have used 43 pinch hitters. The Red Sox have used 141. Those both ends of the spectrum for two teams
But
that
look
are
at
pretty
Baltimore
similar.
staying in the AL East.
Yeah, and then also look at the right too. The total batting average for pinch hitters is 203 with a 631 on base plus slugging. Now look at Arizona, about 6th or 7th down there, a 986 OPS from their pinch hitters. They've been getting just about the best performance out of their pinch hitters out of anybody. They've got the most home runs, the highest batting average, and the highest
Baltimore's
OPS.
only have one. Well, the highest Baltimore has 349.
Oh yeah, that's number one.
Yeah.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
They're low
Arizona
power.
across the board, as good as it gets. Snakes alive, as they say on Twitter.
The Diamondbacks are just so locked in right now.
They really are. And
They're
since the
just
All-Star
so
break, the
locked in.
Padres and Diamondbacks
Well,
are
the two of that,
ridiculous.
they just basically turned the NL wildcard race from
I'm familiar.
a four. Well, actually, at that point, it's like 7
Yeah,
for 3
everyone was
spots.
in it.
Now into basically a 2 for 1, where it's basically the Mets and Atlanta, and everyone else is
What about
in bad shape.
What about the division race?
I was going to say the Dodgers aren't safe to win
I
that
still
division.
think the Dodgers will get
They
there.
do too,
should,
but-
but who knows?
Well, they just took the lead back in Milwaukee.
There we go.
Good. I like seeing Milwaukee lose.
Mookie staying at that Airbnb helped him out. Yeah.
Mookie's
Your
he got a
your
good
dad's
night's
on the
sleep.
game today, right?
Yep. My dad's on the radio call. Yep.
Yeah.
Mookie,
Awesome.
and he texted me this morning. He goes, "Yeah, our game starts at 11 your time. You should listen and pick up some things." And I'm like, "Well, I'm a little busy."
That's right. Producing and co-hosting.
Of course.
All right, so fantasy draft.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got to talk about team names. We haven't decided team names yet. I
haven't
think we'll
even
have to come
thought.
up with something clever. I know. I haven't either. There was the idea that we hired John Gruden to see the team names and determine by toughness of team names. I believe that's always doing it on Cameo.
Just the one that he
the
likes.
draft order. Then someone came up with a brilliant idea. Who was it? That we have Bob Zaney. He's here today. Bring him in. Bob, come on in.
Oh, man.
No, he's not here.
And I made the joke. I said he's going to spend 10 minutes
Teasing Jeff.
picking the draft, and then the rest of the hour making fun of Jeff. Yeah.
No, teasing Jeff. So anyway, we might have Bob Zaney. I don't even know if Aaron O'Connor or Bob are watching right now. They watch regularly. But we might have to have Bob look at the names and do the order. It's
It'll
a good.
just be like a roast.
It'd be like a roast. So we might have Bob Zaney, or we could do the Gruden thing, but that would cost money. Bob Zaney. Well, Bob Zaney should. We'll hook up. Now I made Bob do it for free.
far
We'll hook
above
you up
our
with
heads.
something, Bob. Anyway, so fantasy football. We've shown quite a few videos that Ryan has found. When you lose your league, you have to do something humiliating. I believe we have to have that this year as well. I've never been in a league that did that. Guys that have had to try out for the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders. We've had guys have to go to the Cub game, sit in the outfield, saying we're dressed as a clown, saying I suck at fantasy football. To determine the draft, though, can be fun. So we have a couple different clips here. Which one's first?
The tiny car.
The tiny car. So this one, Matt got a kick out of this too when I sent it to him. So this was last year's draft. Whoever could get the greatest length whilst coming down a child slide on a little car.
And this is from last year, but it
Yeah.
definitely still applies.
Right. This guy, he's drafting.
He's drafting last. Now, if it's a snake draft, that's not
So
the worst.
snake draft, it's not the worst.
I don't mind that last pick.
Well, we have to do snake draft. We have to determine that.
100%.
Yeah, I got to do.
I mean,
You don't want to do an auction draft again?
No.
That works so well
no,
for this
no.
time.
So I think is this the person that got a lot of?
Yeah,
distance
this is
here?
the winner.
There, he found a groove. I was on Gone Racing today, guys. He found a groove. It's a high wall.
He's drafting.
He's drafting, rubbing his race in, and he did a button hook and hit him in the back. These are all terms I learned from Brendan Gone today. You can watch my performance on South Point Studios. You can watch me on Gone Racing, which I did today. I got through it. Thought I did all right.
It was funny. It was great.
Thank you very much.
It was great.
I didn't know much
Fabulous.
about racing. Thank you, guys. All right, so there's one more. This one is just like what the duck. So these are ducks involved.
This is like a randomized duck race online, and
This seems like a lot of you're putting a lot into a computer race.
yeah. I mean, and it also sounds like they're putting a lot of booze into their system.
Yeah, exactly. So
Get going.
Okay, wait, Caden, are you in this?
Yeah, this is Caden.
Is this yours?
is that 7 out front? So he thinks, oh my God, I'm getting Tyreek Hill. I'm getting, Bijan is slipping away. And he goes to last.
Trayton with the win.
Trayton. Oh, he's the back-to-back champ in that league too.
Oh
Trayton.
my God. Do you think those ducks got going?
That guy inspired them right there. So I don't know how we're going to do the draft. I haven't done an I haven't done a fantasy draft in 10 years.
We'll think of it. What about a punishment? What's an idea or two that you've had
I think these are all
ruminating?
things we have to think on.
I don't know. The punishment, I think, is pretty easy.
What?
I think the punishment is you have to eat as many hot dogs as you humanly can
Oh.
in 5 minutes from behind here.
Well, you could just go slow
No,
and eat
but you
one.
actually have to give full effort.
You have
And
a gun
and
at your head.
and if you don't give full effort, then we get to tell you to do it again right after.
Oh,
Eat
I
the
don't
hot
know about-
dog.
I don't know about eating. Ann doesn't like eating stuff on the show.
Oh,
Oh, that can
That'd be
hide from
messy.
that.
Can I do the Joey Tribbiani way and only drink like a half of it? I mean,
Well, we'll determine this. And by the way, we will be asking the punchies and everyone to chime in on that. All right. So that's about it. Anything else in the show? I think is that it?
that's about it. We got Aviators tonight taking on Oklahoma
You
City.
beat the Aviators.
Max Muncy still rehabbing, along with Tommy Edman, who's traded from the Cardinals.
yeah.
He did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on
'cause
a ground
we showed
out.
the dueling Max Muncy.
Yeah, it was Max Muncy.
Not related at all.
Not related. Same birthday, different, about 12 years apart. Tonight's game, if you're here in Vegas, Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, Cox Cable, Channel 125. It's a 7:05 first pitch. Aviators lost back-to-back games in the series, but really intriguing pitching matchup tonight. JT Ginn, a top 30 prospect for the Oakland A's, against a guy that most baseball people know in Bobby Miller, former mega pitching prospect, who's here in AAA because the Dodgers are finally getting all their starters back. Walker Buehler returned last night. Looked kind of iffy, but they're kind of letting him go at his own speed.
I
Clayton
think that's
Kershaw.
smart.
So they're just crowded in that starting rotation up in LA. So the OKC starting rotation, which leads AAA in earned run average, is actually really, really solid with top guys.
Okay. And that Dalton, what was the kid from
Dalton Rushing,
Well, he
Dodgers #1 prospect.
hit a bomb, yeah.
460 something.
Yeah,
feet
it was a
last
bomb.
night.
I saw
yeah.
that. All right, Jeff, anything? What's going on with you? Sports by the Book tomorrow?
yeah, Sports by the Book. Brett from Pick Six previews
Okay.
for college football at the top of the show tomorrow. Dwayne Colucci,
Luch.
9:30 tomorrow, live from Del Mar.
Let's
Dwayne
go.
Colucci.
Is he really? He's
Well,
not at Del Mar?
he's not actually going to be at Del Mar, but he is. He's at his Airbnb or wherever he
I
may
love
be
it.
staying and be ready to go.
You
for us.
stole Kaluch from us. We need Kaluch back at least once. We
You
gotta
can
get
have
him.
Colucci whenever you want.
I
He's
know,
more
I'm
than willing to
teasing.
come
Colucci
on
do it
multiple
anytime.
shows.
We love him. He's the best.
Yeah,
All right. Tomorrow, Sports by the Book. You can watch Jeff and Alex. Alex doing double duty. She will be here tomorrow. Alex White. And that'll be the end of the week already.
It'll be the last show without Ryan.
Oh, my God. Ryan will be back.
Next Monday.
He'll be back Monday. I have Kurt McHenry. I have a comedian, local comedian that's making his debut on the show on Monday. And then football season is upon us very
We're
soon.
in the week of games next week.
I know. College
Let's
football,
go.
right?
Week 0.
Week 0.
Week 0.
You ready? You know Florida State and Georgia Tech go to Ireland. You know, when you think of Ireland, you think of the Florida State Seminoles and the Georgia
yeah.
Tech.
I know. Last year it was Notre Dame and Northwestern, I believe, right?
Notre Dame Navy last year.
Navy. Was Northwestern 2 years ago then, right?
Northwestern played in Nebraska over there.
Is that
2
what it
years
was?
ago, right? Yeah,
I think
was
so.
2
Yeah.
years ago. I don't
I mean,
remember
I
what
think
it
of the triple option versus the spread.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate it. Punchies, you guys are great. Very active, giving us your favorite tight ends, throwing out picks. Keith Lyle's fantasy football team, Darnold Horshack. That's an old Arnold Horshack, if you remember. Welcome Back, Kotter. Who remembers watching Welcome Back, Kotter? Just me and Ann, ladies and gentlemen. All right. By the way, if you didn't know, what I learned today is that The Office takes place in Scranton. Thank you, Bob Dunn. We'll see you tomorrow at high noon here in the desert. I'm Frank Nicotero, Matt Neverett, Caden, Jen, and
Jeff and Ann?
Sean, Parles, Nicotero Lines. I don't know who Jen is. Live in Nevada every show. See you tomorrow. Jen.